Welcome back, everyone. Today I bring you the second game of my WARNO League playoff match against Jeremy, aka ZXTVster. We are on Mount River, and as you can see, we have a pretty unique matchup. I am playing 20th Pancerna, the Polish T-72 tank division, and he's playing KDA. So the thing is, he picked first. He picked KDA. I know that he likes playing KDA, but because we only have 5 bans, I can't ban any of the divisions he likes playing because we only get 5 bans. So kind of, I'm just fucked. And I was thinking about what I could counterpick. The problem is you don't really meet KDA that often on ranked, right? Because like a lot of people are like, oh my god, infantry divisions are so useless, you can't do anything with them, which is just not even really true. Like, there are a few divisions that are infantry divisions that are completely useless, but there are also infantry divisions that are like decent or good in the right circumstances. Like 9th Infantry is one of the best divisions in the game. It's not the best, it's not excellent or anything, but it is very, very good. And KDA, for example, is also a good division. It's far from the best, but it's a good division. But you rarely see it, so it's actually kind of hard to play against it because you just don't know how to do it. Or like, I don't know, because I also don't play that much. I was thinking about what I want to counterpick. He obviously banned second UK in the second game, so that wasn't an option anymore. And I decided to go with 20th Pancerna because I thought that I should be able to get early map control with the Honkers and the Recon squads. And then I still have the Sapersi, which are a pretty good infantry squad. I have BMP1 and BMP2 spam. I have T55 and T55 AS, which should be pretty good against KDA infantry. And then T72s as some like heavy fire support and well, also just tanks. The other question is now Mount River. Jeremy famously always laughs about everybody who does a Skific strategy on Mount River and says it's like Skific mind control. So in this case, I decided to like not go for the Skific strat because I was assuming that he would prepare for it. Because he saw me do it like, well, I don't know whether he saw me do it several times, but he definitely saw me do it. And I have been doing it several times on this map because I think it's just a great strategy and it just objectively works. But obviously, if your enemy prepares for it, it doesn't really work that much. So as you can see, I went with a very light deployment to the right flank. And then mostly deploy into the left-hand flank. And try to push him out of here. And get control over this forest as well. And then try to establish control in those buildings here. This should get me a good, well, establish a control area over those positions. And then I can, from there, go for a push into the center from like 2 directions if I want to. Or well, if he has this heavily defended, then I can like also only go from this direction. It just depends on how the game goes, right? As usual, 2 recon helicopters. As I said, only light deployment to the right side, so only one of the GSR recon and a Fago ATGM. Here I would think I would change it up, so let's just go for this deployment. We have 1 GSR recon squad here. That's going to this position, if I remember correctly, and then 3 of the Special Forces recon, 1 going to here and 2 to here. The idea was that I didn't want him to drive around my flank, so I wanted to have this as kind of flank protection that I can then also move up further to try and find some units to engage. And those 2, I wasn't sure whether I could deploy them more aggressively or not, so I deployed them back here. And here in the back, you can see quite a lot of units. So 2 Sapersi squads coming in, Fago also going to the center, and Coop and Strela 10M to defend myself against the air spam that will definitely come in. 2 T55s, then another Fago going into this building to prevent him from rotating over the open into here, which wasn't actually the best idea because I already have the Fago here covering this area, but I kind of wasn't thinking about that. We have a Strela 2M going into the center as well. Then there is also a BRDM2 Malutka. I also didn't want him to just push through the center and like go into my backline, because as I said, if Jeremy sees a weakness, he will push it. BMP1 command for the left hand side. For the right hand side, I will call in one later. Another Strela 2M for the right hand side, and then only one GSR squad for the center. I was thinking about running in one of the Special Forces recon squads, the Ross Spezialne, into here, but I decided against it because like just one recon squad that doesn't even have any push coming behind it would just be a waste of points. And yeah, well, this was the idea. Now, let me quickly go over what I think about this. This was all very, very bad. Like, KDA is actually very survivable. You might not think that about a 14-man squad, but it is. So I really should have picked something with a 30mm grenade launcher, but I didn't. Because I thought, you know, the Sapersi will be enough, but a little bit of foreshadowing, it might actually not be enough of its own. But I mean, hey, I still have the T55 AS and I mean the Danas, right? So they will for sure do something. Well, let's see. Spotted one of his helicopters coming in. Wasn't too worried about it because I have a Strela 2M here that should be able to like at least force him back. Massive deployment coming into the center, which I actually was pretty happy about, because if he just deploys a bunch of infantry here, like, I don't care. Sure, that means that there will be less on the left-hand side. Here my mistake was that I really should have pushed those squads up more aggressively, and I also did know that if you are sitting in the forest here, you can actually look down the road. So this was a very big mistake by me. This is the problem of like me not knowing the timings exactly. So very, very bad. Those are now sitting in the buildings here, but they kind of stand just no chance in the infantry fighting because the damage output is absolutely abysmal. Cargo coming in, Sapersi, this one I loaded a little bit too early. I think I will reload it shortly, yeah, and drive them up closer. The Mi-8 here now being a little bit of an issue because the Strela 10M isn't in position yet. It's tracked, so obviously it takes a little bit longer to get to the front lines. But overall, I mean, here, as I said, I'm feeling pretty good. The KDA Schützen can sit there all day long. I really don't particularly care. He can smoke it off as well, whatever. My Mi-2 here died. My Special Forces recon here died as well. Strela 10M still taking forever to get into position. Honk is up there now, also being targeted by the Mi-8. It is moving around, and the Strela 10M just taking forever to get a shot, but I think he... Well, I don't think he is on low altitude, but like the Strela 10M just not being able to engage him. And now look at this. The Asians literally didn't take any damage. They just moved forward and literally didn't give a fuck about anything. His helicopter obviously being a big issue for me. And the Strela 10M just not finding an angle to engage. I was also very confused as to why. I guess the trees are blocking the line of sight there or something. MiG-21 comes in. It dives into an AA net of a Strela 10M and a coup and survives. So that was already like super annoying because I thought like I have two AA pieces there and they aren't able to kill a MiG-21. Like, what the fuck is that? Then Strela 10M misses the Mi-8 TB twice. 0% ECM, by the way. Here's the third shot, but now because it like used one shot on the MiG-21, obviously it has to reload, so the Mi-8 will get out. So it's just going from bad to worse. I think I literally used up all my RNG in my game against Wozny Plus, where I got like 25 billion critical hits on his Leopard 2A force, because this was just like, this is just retarded. Like, what the fuck am I even looking at? Coup and Strela 10M can't deal with a MiG-21 and Mi-8. I also don't know why the missile lost track of the MiG-21, like here. I mean, it's just a forest here. Normally that shouldn't be an issue, but somehow it was. So I am moving the coup into the open now. I will need ammo for the coup, obviously. I also called in BMP1 for the right side to capture my back sector so that he doesn't get a tick just for free. I did also capture this zone, so he isn't ticking at least. And here also, like, just... I mean, sure, this is suppressed. So, obviously it will do a lot less damage, but, like, this is the average infantry engagement in WARNO. Exciting, right? Like, literally nothing is happening. You just look at it and... What the fuck? Coup misses. I mean, it's upvetted, but I mean, it's kind of expected. It killed a T-55, so it's honestly also not the worst loss. I can live with that. Mark the building where I saw the KDA Schützen. Push the Strelton a little bit further forward into this forest patch because it wasn't able to fire on the MiG-27 from back there, so I actually wanted to be a lot closer. T-55s were pushed aggressively forward, but I mean, everything else behind them died, and then they were kind of just stranded in this position. His T-54 though dies to the Ross Spezialny. Oh, that was cool. And then T-55 that snipes the Conqueror. So hey, at least this went well actually. Calling in 2 MiG-21s, because I was assuming that he shouldn't have too much AA up, and with 2 MiG-21s, like at least one should get through, and if I'm lucky, the book might even miss. Then I decided to retarget, like one MiG-21 goes for the KDA Schützen and one goes for the Aufklärer that are going into the building here. Book misses one of the MiG-21s, but it has like horrible spread, I guess, because of the stress, then hits the other MiG-21, so I mean, yeah, that's kind of expected. The problem is just that this MiG-21 did fuck all, and this MiG-21 also wasn't able to kill the Fagot and an Aufklärer in the building here, because the bombs kind of spread out stupidly, I guess, or something. And maybe the Fagot was still a little bit too far back for the splash damage to do something, I'm not sure. So they literally, like, they didn't do anything. They just were completely wasted. Even though I think I should, because the units are in the corner here and the bombs all exploded in this area. Maybe that's why they didn't do any damage, don't know. MiG-27 AT at least dies, so that's nice. Well, to be fair, I also have like a Coup Strela 2M and Strela 10M up now, so I would hope that it would do something. This Fagot also can somehow see the BMP-1 that was in here, even though the line of sight tool says it can't see it in there, so funny WARNO line of sight tool moment once again. Fagot here now does in fact pay off. Or, well, it doesn't because it misses, but it would have paid off if I would have been able to hit the SPWs there. He brings in a siege and hits my coup, and you know, this is the problem when you only had 4 hours of sleep and you were already feeling very tired, because I didn't micro my coup at all. Like, this was just, it was just dumb. I could have easily prevented the loss, especially because his first missile missed. Like, I had more than enough time to get out of there, but I didn't, or like to keep it alive. Strelton just being unable to hit a MiG-23, and there's already a bunch of infantry in here, and this is already very bad because I just can't kill those KDA. Do kill the Fagot though, because I have called in the first Dana, because there is already a statement here beginning to like show itself, so I might as well. The recon squad here also died to something. I guess it just died to the bunch of SPWs here or whatever. BMP-1 still being fired by an ATGM. I guess it was from the Mi-8. That's also still alive. Calling in more Strelas because, well, the coup died, so I will need more AA, and Jeremy will definitely not stop air spamming. T-55 AS is in position, so this should do good damage against the KDA. Scott's also being great fire support, his artillery going for the Strelton, but I was already retreating it, so luckily it only stuns, but then it also routs it, even though like, the 2 hits weren't even really near it. No, they were near it, but they didn't even really do a lot of damage, but it somehow still routed it, because reasons I don't even particularly understand why. See the KDA shots here that are already fairly low, so I decided to target them with the mine clearer. He gets out just in time, and I didn't notice, so the mine clearer fires. And they were already quite far back, and it like didn't do basically anything against them. So that was a complete waste. Yeah, so GM, this is the seed, but I mean that's fair. It has like 40% accuracy or something. And the MiG-21 comes through because the Strela 10M here is routed for no particular reason for the next like 5 billion years, and the other AA isn't in position yet. Though there is quite a lot of AA coming up. You can see 2 Strela 2Ms, a Strela 10M, and a coup. Also, Strela 10M was called into this position because I really didn't want him to just bomb his way into here. And 2 Salamanders also were called in here because I think he was moving a unit in here, or I called him in because he was smoking, and I was assuming that he might try to try something here. Artillery completely destroying my position in the tower here, which obviously makes a lot of sense because there's basically always a unit in this tower. My units are pushing back though. pushing back into his sector. Coop has already been turned off because his seat is just circling around there. Strela has finally it has been routed here and it has been routed all the way back to here. From hits that didn't even really hit, by the way, just as a reminder. It didn't even hit. Well, yeah, Strela 2M is also out of ammo. This Strela 2M, yeah, I mean, it's Giga Stun, so obviously it didn't hit. Pichota here got hit pretty heavily, so I retreated it to repair. T55 here was a bit aggressive, and I don't really want to lose it in a direct engagement because obviously the role of it is more of an artillery piece. Fago dies to the P1, that was nice. Me 8 in again, but the Strela here is out of ammo, those Strelas are out of range. This Strela was also out of ammo, so like just everything is out of ammo. I tried to call in 2 fighters because I thought, I mean, he has 1 Kuba, but if I had called in 2 fighters and a MiG-21, like, surely that should be enough, right? First fighter gets hit by the Buk, second fighter comes into strafe, but obviously isn't enough. Second fighter also gets hit by the Coop. MiG-21 at least gets out, so horrible RNG. Like, I mean, the Buk is a good AA piece, but I mean, like, the MiG-21 still has like 10% ECM, and the Buk has, I think, 60% accuracy or something, so you would still expect a 10% ECM plane to, like, get out alive if you have 2 of them. But no, of course, both get one shot. But, I mean, hey, the HE plane survived, so hallelujah. At least it's not, like, literally the worst that could have happened. T-72 working on the Plumber here, on the AGL, which is already deleting my infantry very well, which, you know, if only I would have had them, but I just always keep forgetting that the posts don't get the AGL, man. It's just so dumb. If only I wouldn't be stupid. Honkers, or like, more recon has arrived, though this GSR should have been pushed up further forward to like here. Because like the units I have kind of can't do anything because I just can't see anything. Then there's a helicopter again, though the Strela 10M is repaired, so at least I should be able to protect myself somehow. And I do have some more Strela 2Ms. Here I did the big mistake of not repositioning the Coop, so the Coop gets killed by artillery. Just very big mistake by me. MiG-21 comes in to kill my Strela 10M, and then the AA here misses, but at least the AA on the right hand side actually hit it, so that was something. And actually killed it. MiG-27 gets hit, doesn't die, so like, yeah, well, could have been worse, could have been better. I do kill one of his T-62s with my Danas, so that was very nice. I think I saw a supply truck here and also killed it, which is actually more important than you might think. Like, sure, it's not an infantry squad, but it will keep his KDA units from being repaired for at least some time. Unfortunately, it was too late. And he is already coming with a new wave, and I just literally can't do anything to stop it. Unless, obviously, I have the T-55 AS, which should get a very, very nice hit on him here. He's like literally just moving directly into it. Especially the Usilini here just should be absolutely toast. And it doesn't even kill them. Like, yeah, sure, you can say, well, it was slightly off target. Like, bruh. I mean, this was just so underwhelming. But I mean, I guess it's not the most expensive unit, and this Black Ops is also low, so I mean, I guess you can say if it's not directly in the in the center of the explosion, it should survive. But I don't know. I kind of feel it's a bit meh. MiG-21 comes in, but unfortunately loses target. Quickly microed it away. Of course I get hit again, because why wouldn't it survive? For once, you know? No. It gets hit instantly, and yeah, another plane lost. All my planes have been dying to the Buks. Like, no, not to the Buks, to literally one Buk that has been one-shotting all my planes. It has hit, I think, 4 out of 5 missiles so far. See it coming in once again. I don't even think I have anything seedable in. I just strafed a recon helicopter. Here's Strela 2M. Oh, misses. I mean, I don't care about Strela 2Ms missing because they really are supposed to miss. MiG-23 coming in. This Strela 2M is out of ammo. Strela 10M is not out of ammo though. Again, misses. Maybe this Strela 2M will hit. No, also misses, so just everything missing. And yeah, just everything going from bad to worse because I just can't get any kills. Do I at least get one hit off, but I think he survived because one hit was from a Strela 2M. Yeah, and they only do 4 damage. Where's the damage stat? Ah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, yeah. So one hit was from still at 2M, and unfortunately it survives. Here the Danas were driving back, and he tried to counter battery, but it was just a little bit too late for him, which was nice for me. I still am trying to get this position under my control, which I just can't manage to do because his helicopters are constantly pushing me away, and I can't kill his helicopters because my AA is just constantly shitting the bed and not doing its job. This Destroyer 2M is also like constantly slightly out of range, which is really annoying. I mean, it's what you would expect from a Destroyer 2Ms, right? They're just really shitty manpads. Well, in this case, it was pretty bad. Here, I don't know why it can't shoot. Is the forest blocking it or something? I mean, they're not on low altitude, I don't think, at least. So I don't really understand why they weren't able to shoot. I was seeing that he was repositioning his helicopters to the flank, so I obviously repositioned my Strela 10M. Again, miss. Second shot. Hit. That's nice. Insane. Strela 10M getting a hit. So instantly losing line of sight, hitting the Mi ATB and losing line of sight instantly again. Which, again, I don't understand. Like, why are they not seeing that? They aren't on low altitude. Why are they blind against aircraft? Obviously, they're blind on the ground, but why can't they see helicopters that aren't even on low altitude? At least, if I'm not wrong, like, maybe they are on low altitude, but they really don't look like they are. So Strela 10Ms drive in and find nothing. His helicopters survive once again, and I was just not understanding what I am supposed to do. Like, these helicopters are just turning invisible and flying away, even though my AA is right in front of them. I mean, I don't know, why would the forest here stop them if they're back there over the forest? Like, they aren't flying that low, I think. At least I think low altitude is lower, right? Or is that low altitude? I'm very confused. I guess it must be because there just is no other explanation. Here I have to retreat my units, so they are doing no damage while they're driving back, and this KDA is just like moving into me, and there's like nothing I can do. T-55 is, yeah, I'm targeting it right here on the KDA. Let's see what will happen. 2 AKDAs, but it is already damaged. So boom, he is moving them back. And it doesn't, it literally hit on top of it and it doesn't kill it, even though it was at like 10 men or something. Like, at this point I was basically like I was just mentally broken. I just literally didn't know what to do. I hit them square in the face and they're still alive. Like, you couldn't hear them, I just don't know, I don't even know what to say. I really should have brought a division with grenade launchers. This is, I think, the only way to stop those KDA. Because you can't bomb them. Like, even if I would have better bombers, not like MiG-21s that are 100% one-shot by the Books if they hit. I mean, he can just bring in a second Book, and then it's still a no-fly zone. Like, air spamming into Books is just a death sentence and an absolute waste of points, because obviously also the good bombers are even more expensive, so losing them is even worse than losing a bunch of MiG-21s. And on the ground, like, what are you supposed to do? Spam tanks? Yeah, sure, let me spam tanks into his ATGM wall. That's a great idea. This is just not gonna work. His T-62s are also, like, somebody recently, I think on a Warrior server, said that T-62s are overrated. That's just the dumbest thing I have heard in recent times. Like, yeah, sure, they're overrated as an MBT, but this is just a heavy ATGM platform that also gets smoke and extremely good survivability and can also be used as fire support against infantry. Like, for an infantry division, this is an amazing tank. That has to be used correctly, sure, but still. Strela 10Ms get their shots off, actually hit, so finally, something. This would have been better if they would have gotten more hits against the helicopters, but hey, whatever. I spotted a go here, and it can fire into here, which is one of the areas where I'm building up, so I decided to quickly get rid of it. He knows that my units are building up in this area, so targets it with his Smirch, which you also saw it, by the way, target my tanks here, but didn't kill a single one. Because he stopped the barrage early. I think you need at least like 4, more likely 6 of those rockets to land if you see a big bunch of units, in my opinion at least. MiG-37 AT comes in, but the Strela 10Ms here, like, can only fire at his planes once they're already flying away. I guess the forest here blocks the line of sight, but I thought that forests don't block line of sight against planes. I thought they only block line of sight against helicopters. So that was very confusing to me. MiG-27 here obviously survives against like 3 Strata 10Ms. Hilarious. Lemau. I don't really count the Strata to him. It's just, if it hits, it's like a nice benefit, but I'd never assume that it would hit. I see 2 KA Schützen here in one building. Targeted with the Danas and was hoping that he wouldn't move out in time, because that would be a really juicy hit. And I mean, at this point I was already just... It was, you know, the tiredness, and then just the frustrations of not being able to kill anything, even with a direct hit from like a mini nuke that is the T-55AS. I was really just mentally being dominated this game, like, not gonna lie. I didn't know what to do. Artillery coming in for the KDA Schützen, doing fuck all. Maybe this hit will do something. No, like 455 shells did, I think, 2 damage. Oh no, they didn't even do a single damage. This hit, fantastic. Okay, this hit at least did something. Maybe. Oh my god, they actually killed a KDA Schützen. Insane. Oh my god. I also saw an ATGM flying in from this building, and I think I also spotted the Concourse here for a second, so next barrage was coming in. He tries to counter battery me once again, but I am moving my artillery. I'm not a complete noob. 2 Strata 10Ms not being able to shoot down a MiG-21. Fantastic. Almost out of ammo, and they're like literally doing fuck all. Nice. Here the BMP-1 now dying to a Concourse at close range. MiG-27 AT comes in, kills my command. Coups coming in from the back. I mean, they missed because they were on an attack move order, so that's fine. They were also very far away, so, you know, kind of expected for them to not perform the best. T-55AS is being pushed in closer to maybe get a shot on the KDA Schützen there, but then lose line of sight. And I also had to micro it away from an ATGM back. Yeah, I think the Concourse here had a little bit of line of sight into here. Some planes are coming in. Yeah, it's an AT plane, HE plane coming in for the Danas, and like there's nothing to stop them because the shellers are now out of ammo. This one here at least gets the kill finally, so that's something. AT plane kills the BMP-2, MiG-27 is retreating, so I quickly recall my MiG-21 fighters. Book, again, 5 out of 6 now, by the way. Max range, 10% ECM, so... Yeah, now this is like basically stranded against 2 fighters and the book, so I just quickly retreated in the hopes that it maybe will survive for once in its lifetime, and it does actually. Still waiting for supplies for the Strata 10Ms. The tanks here were just moving forward because I was just really doing whatever at this point because nothing works. Like nothing is dying on his side. His KDA is literally made of stalinium. Coop does actually finally get a kill. Hilarious, but like I have already lost my whole army. And all my AA is out of ammo basically. So at this point it doesn't even matter anymore. This Coop might get a hit. Yeah, nice, it does. So his fighter will at least be out for quite some time, but as I said, it doesn't even really matter anymore. Everything I have is dead. He has kept alive most of his KDA, and his T-62s are also still alive. I think I have killed only 1 so far, maybe more, but I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know. This just felt absolutely horrible to play. Yeah, it wasn't even like it was, you know, fun in a sense of you're trying to do like a counter your enemy and then something works, some things don't. Like buying in 500 points of AA or even more, and then you're just getting airballed, just feels super dumb. And then all your planes being one-shot by the book. I thought it actually hit 100% of his shot, but as we saw, it missed his first shot and then hit 5 in a row. Like, come on, man! Like, give me a fucking break, at least for once. And actually, he didn't, as we saw in the beginning, he didn't do a heavy deployment into this side. So I think it would have been better to go with the Skific strat again. By the way, not microing my coups, because at this point, like, I was tired and just didn't even give a fuck about it anymore anyway. MiG-27 kills the Strela 10M, because of course it does. I mean, here I think... But again, I don't know. Like, if it's blocked, line of sight blocked by the building, then why can the MiG-27 fire at it? So I don't understand how this works exactly, but... Well... Cool gaming moment, I guess. The Smirch comes in, but yeah, Lemao, everything else is already dead, and those tanks were a little bit off to the side. Strela 10M and 2M both miss, of course. And... yeah, well, anyway, I think pushing through here would have been better, but obviously I couldn't know that before, right? And if you don't do it early on, like, doing it later, I don't think is the best decision. So maybe it would have worked if I just said, fuck this. Like, completely fuck the side and just go through here and through here. But again, I couldn't have held back his KDA swarm without grenade launchers, and this is the big mistake I did. I should have picked a unit with grenade, or a division with grenade launchers, or at least 50 kills. Without them, like, I think you just can't win against KDA. Maybe if you have napalm artillery, I think it also works. But napalm artillery, the only two divisions that have napalm artillery are KDA itself and 9th Panzer, and he banned 9th Panzer because obviously he saw in my games against Parser that I am very, very proficient with 9th Panzer. And it's not a good idea to let me play 9th Panzer. T-72 M1 missing the T-62, but the other one I think just got a shot off, and so T-62 did actually die in the end. And yeah, well, at this range, obviously T-62 is in fact not the best tank because it can't use its ATGM, but that's just also not what they're supposed to be used at. Like, you know, it's like saying, oh my god, my IFVs are bad if I drive them into infantry spots. Well, yeah, of course they are. That's not what they're supposed to do. Like, units are supposed to do their specific jobs. Coop missing the Mi-8, fantastic. And yeah, I just keep getting airballed because my AA can't hit anything. This MiG-21 barely dies with flying into like a fighter and several AA pieces. He now has control over this sector. My pehota here is just stuck in the open. Shouldn't really just put it into this building. And wanted to target his packs, but he was already moving them out. So I was already too late. Strela gets a hit on the Mi-8, but only one hit. And now it's kind of like just spazzing out. Why did it lie for so long? Yeah, and now it just gets stuck and killed by the Mi-8. So yeah, fun times. Can't, like, Strela losing against the Mi-8. This is just... Like, what am I supposed to do? I literally didn't know what the fuck I am supposed to do if a Strela just loses against the Mi-8. This just felt... This is one of the... I think one of the most painful games I've ever played. And here, like, this is just obviously complete retardation. Like, this is not gonna do anything. It's being fired at by 25 billion ATGMs. I can't do anything. This is full with infantry that my infantry can't kill because it's KDA Schützen that are, like, apparently the best infantry in the whole game. All my elite infantry is already giga-stunned by something. I guess because their vehicles blew up next to them. That's why they're stunned. And the tanks have already all died. Seed comes in, but like that doesn't even matter anymore. And yeah, everything just dying. Though the squad might... maybe it kills the pack. No, it does. And of course the Mook once again hitting, so 6 out of 7 missiles hit if I didn't miscount it. Something like that. Like, so, like, just to be clear, by the way, I don't think that I like lost this game because of RNG. As I said, I lost it because I just did a horrible, not a horrible, but like a bad counter pick, and then also did a bad strategy. But like, you know, if you're already having all those problems, and you're also being tired, and then you're being fucked by RNG, it's like you really just want to quit, because it's the most horrible combination of things that can happen. T-55 AS here just trying to do something. Well, I think it got a hit on the T-62. Yeah, oh, got another hit as well. Oh, insane. Unvet T-55 AS actually being the best unit that I have available, apparently. And yeah, at this point I knew that it was just over. Like, I couldn't do anything. Look at this KD. Like, I was honestly beyond words this game. Yeah, I was also thinking about just conceding the second game because, as I said, I knew if I lose the second game, I have no chance because I was already feeling super tired during this game. You can also see my macro was really bad. My decision making was really bad. Then the RNG was also like, I don't know, it just thought that, if you're already down on the ground, let's just even kick you in the balls even more and like crush your skull because why not? And it was unbelievably horrible. The artillery did actually perform a lot better than I thought it did. But you can see it killed 1, 2 KDA shots and that's it. But it did kill a good portion of like support weapons. Like here, this killed 2 Fagos and a 30 mil and a Conquerors. This one even killed the T62, which was a very good kill. Fago, 30 mil, and mortar, the smoke mortar. So the artillery did actually very good. But I think just the T55 ASs were just such a massive, massive disappointment. Like this one killed 1 KDA, and that's all it did. The SPW and the supply vehicle are like whatever. Because my idea was that the T55 AS would delete KDA Schützen. I just didn't know that the KDA Schützen can survive like literally a fucking nuke and don't care. Maybe it works when they're in the open, but like Jeremy isn't dumb. He's not going to move his KDA Schützen literally over the open. That makes no sense. He was obviously moving them through the cover because he's not dumb. Just getting killed over and over again. My AA just also, for some reason, not being able to shoot anything anywhere at all. And if they were able to shoot, they were just missing all the time. Not microing my coops, also like horrible in the sense of like microing the radar and moving them away. Because I know that like, he's playing KDA and has great artillery, right? You always have to move your AA. And then the book just, honestly, this just completely broke me mentally. I couldn't even describe how bad this made me feel. Yeah, and then the KDA Schützen just moving over the open, not over the open, but moving at me, and I couldn't stop it because I have no grenade launchers. Also, just by the way, well done by him with the artillery. He was like the counter battery was a bit unnecessary. He knows that I'm moving my artillery, or he should know. But the other things were definitely good. Well done by him. And this one just also adding insult to injury. Smirch actually didn't perform too well. It did good damage, but it didn't get a lot of kills. And that's kind of it. All the other kills were just at a point where I was already so far behind that there was no way for me to come back. Especially not if I just don't have anything to kill KDA Schützen with. In general, let's look how many KDA Schützen did I kill overall. Dann ist der Jäger Aufklärer. It's like the 2 that this artillery killed. Then this is 3, 4. Oh, this one, yeah, this one killed 1, 4. 5. 6, 7. Okay, 7 KDA Schützen overall. That's it. Like, yeah. So if you play against KDA, take something with grenade launchers. I think, honestly, 9th Infantry would have been a good counter pick. Problem is I don't play 9th Infantry too much, so I wasn't like even thinking about it. But I think that would have been a decent counter pick. Not gonna lie. But oh well. So as I said, I was thinking about just conceding the 3rd game, but I didn't. So we did go to the 3rd game. And surprisingly enough, this will be the next video that you will see. And this will decide whether I will be able to move forward in the WARNO League, because now we're 1-1. And the one that wins this game will also be promoted to Division 1 next league. So this could be pretty good, or pretty bad, depending on how good we will be at this point in time. But still would be cool, And I hope you still enjoyed the video. I definitely did enjoy playing it, but I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, have a beautiful day and bye-bye.